விவிடி தமிழர்களின் பாரம்பரியமிக்க விவிடி ஹேர் ஆயில் நேச்சர்ஸ் கிஃப்ட்.
ஹெர்போதயா கபசுர குடிநீர் சூரணம் நோய் தொற்றிலிருந்து விரைவாக குணமடையவும் மற்றும் நோய் எதிர்ப்பு சக்தியை அதிகரிக்கவும்.
So many memories. It was a large part of her career, I think, in the South, Tamil, Telugu. So she had a lot of stories. So when me and Kushi would sleep, our bedtime stories would be like what happened on this set, how this director was, and how that acted. In fact, when the video started and you were speaking to your cameraman, it felt so good to hear you speak in Tamil. Very impressive, and I'm such a fan of Ajit. I'm so happy with what my father's done in that film. When we went to Chennai, when he visited home.
When I met Gunjan ma'am, I was so amazed by her outlook to her life, her personality, her family dynamic, that a lot of the things she thought and a lot of things she believed in really hit home with me at a very personal level. And I think that's what completely took me by surprise and completely blew me away and drew me into the story of Gunjan ma'am.
I think that you can either get bogged down by any type of criticism, whether it's constructive or whether it's even non-constructive. I'm happy that people are a little hard on me, maybe, because I think it'll help.
Hi Janvi, hi Saran. Nice to meet you. Good, I'm good. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Great. I watched the film, it worked for me, and congrats. I hope the audience also would love to watch it.
I hope so.
Sridevi ma'am, we Tamil cinema fans, we love her. You know the kind of role she did. Did she ever get to discuss about her Tamil films with you?
Yeah, of course she did. It was such a big part of, her heritage, such a huge part of her life, and so many memories. I remember my bedtime stories because a large part of her career, I think, the major part of her career, because she started as a child, was in the South, Tamil, Telugu, and I think even Kannada films. So she had a lot of stories. So when me and Kushi would sleep, our bedtime stories would be like, film set stories. What happened on this set? What happened? How this director was and how that actor. Like funny stories. So yeah, I've grown up with a lot of that influence, and I'm very close to my family in the South. And I keep visiting. In fact, I haven't for a while. I really want to go.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm very. In fact, when the video started and you were speaking to your cameraman, it felt so good to hear you speak in Tamil. I feel like I'm home.
You should do films in Tamil. We would love to see.
I really want to.
And your father, Mr. Boni Kapoor, has been producing Tamil films.
Yeah.
Valimai is in production. His recent film was Nerkonda Parvai with Ajit sir. Did you watch the film?
I watched the film and I thought it was very impressive, and I'm such a fan of Ajit. And I'm so happy with what my father's done in that film, because he's a very creatively invested producer, and he really, I think that his love for cinema is so pure, and he's so connected to the South because of my mom. I think that this is his way of staying in touch with that side, is now he's producing films in the South. So yeah.
And it is well known that Ajit sir is close to your family, and he has high regard for Sridevi ma'am. So did you ever get to meet him, talk to him?
Yeah, I did a couple of times. When we went to Chennai, I think they were shooting for Nerkonda Parvai when he visited home. But it was brief, but he's such a dignified man and so talented and so humble. So yeah, I think a lot to learn from.
And Saran, your Insta bio says wicketkeeper batsman. I thought I entered the wrong profile. It clearly shows that you wanted to become a cricketer, but how did filmmaking happen?
I'm so happy you've asked me this question. My plan has worked. This has been my aim. I wanted to trick the world into believing that I'm a wicketkeeper batsman. But it's a very silly thing. But in life, you do a lot of things. Different designation roles are given to you. That's one particular thing that I was at my school and college level, and I was very proud of being known as a wicketkeeper batsman. So it's a bit of a childhood dream and kida which is still stuck in me. Big cricket fan, but loved watching films and being passionate about watching films. And actually, initially, I thought I was kind of moving towards the business side of filmmaking. So I actually went off to college in America. I went to University of Southern California in LA to study business and film over there. It was a 4-year undergraduate program that I went to do. And actually, when I went to LA, somehow being away from your country kind of brings you closer to your country, to your people, to your culture, to your films. And Hindi films became a bridge to keep always connecting back to India. And I had a group of friends who were obsessed with Hindi films. So every Friday evening between the year 2006 and 2010, they would drag me to a Hindi a theater that played Indian films 30 miles away, and we would go and watch every. So between those 4 years, I've seen every Hindi film. And during those years, I think my love for Indian cinema and the idea of going away from the business side of it and actually wanting to tell stories really took shape and took form. Very naturally from there on, I kind of decided to come back to India and work as an AD, and then kind of my journey into the film world kind of very naturally and organically flowed from there.
हमारी जिम्मेदारी है इस देश की रक्षा करना.
And Janvi, there's so much negativity going on in social media. So how are you handling that? It must be tough for you. Do you think social media is being little insensitive towards you?
Maybe, but I don't think that that's for me to judge. I'm here to do my work, and I'm here to do it as best as possible. It's the audience's job to react to me. I can only hope that they're reacting with an open mind. And if they're not right now, then maybe they will once they see the film. Generally, like he said, an optimistic person. I do have moments where I feel a little hurt or a little bogged down. But, if this film has taught me anything, it's that self-belief is extremely important. And I believe in myself, and I believe in this film. And I'm hopeful that it'll show, if not today, then tomorrow. It will.
And does this motivate you? The high expectations on you, does it motivate you?
Of course it motivates me. I think that you can either get bogged down by any type of criticism, whether it's constructive or whether it's even non-constructive, or you can use it to fuel your journey. And I use it to fuel my journey. I think that, if the standards for everyone is this, then maybe for me it's something else. And imagine if I at least attempt to go there, then it'll be so good for my art. It'll be so good for my growth. There'll only be something good that's coming out of it. So I'm happy that people are, a little hard on me maybe, because I think it'll help me. So I'm
Great.
thankful for this also in a way, I guess.
आपने आर्मी ज्वाइन किया ना?
Yeah, Janvi, you've just started off your career, but here you are doing a very solid role in a women-centric film. So what was your initial reaction when you listened to the script, or when you read the script?
Firstly, I was very glad that Sharan would even consider me or, come to me with this kind of script or subject. And then he saw the potential in me doing it. And I think immediately I realized that, it's a very important story and it's a very warm story. And there were so many things in her journey and the script that I didn't know if they were factual or if, they were creative liberties. But once I met her and her family, I realized that it's more or less true. And I just felt like it was such an interesting world for me to explore as an actor. And I felt like I would learn a lot from doing this film.
Common question to both of you. What is the best thing that you liked about Ms. Gunjan Saksena's journey?
I was actually fairly surprised when I met her. I think you have an idea of how people from the armed forces are, how they carry themselves, their tough exterior, their general aggression and demeanor and toughness. But here was someone who was such a stark contrast to all of that, but has achieved so much in the field. I don't know, it made me realize that all of the things that, I know it's a weird parallel to draw, but many people would always tell me that you're too naive for this business. You're not strong enough, you're not tough enough. And I feel like in some ways, Gunjan ma'am had to hear the same things, but she made me realize that silent strength and courage and bravery is just as important as being tough on the exterior. In fact, more important. We don't really have to always make a hoo-ha about it, and it is still amount to the same.
When I met Gunjan ma'am, I was so amazed by her outlook to her life, her personality, her family dynamic, that a lot of the things she thought and a lot of things she believed in really hit home with me at a very personal level. And I think that's what completely took me by surprise and completely blew me away and drew me into the story of Gunjan ma'am. Just her outlook to life, about the importance of being a dreamer, about having a dream, and then chasing that dream with a lot of passion and honesty, sincerity, knowing that there will be obstacles in your way, but you can either see it as an obstacle or you can see it as an opportunity to get better and use that obstacle to propel you further. And I think ma'am's journey about just chasing her dream with that sense of hope and optimism really hit home at a very personal level. And I think that strength came to her from her family. So that her entire philosophy and outlook to life, I think I found very inspired me in a massive way.
Gunjan Saxena.
And Saran, what was the brief that you gave her about the character before the shoot?
So I think because the film is inspired by a true story, and we had access to Gunjan ma'am, and she was so available to us in terms of she gave us so much of her time and care that I think it was very helpful for me initially, just to kind of in the writing phase, because even before we started writing the script, it took about a year and a half of research, of meeting ma'am, her family, spending time and understanding the world. So similarly, I think when Janvi came into the world of the film, just that access to Gunjan ma'am, I think gave her a clear sense of what Gunjan ma'am's outlook was, and most importantly, what the tone of Gunjan ma'am was, and what is the soul and the spirit of her personality, which I think we really need to capture. So I think having access to ma'am kind of made my life a lot easier, because Janvi could see somebody and kind of pick up straight from there. But actually, to be very honest, I always felt like there was something very similar in the energy and soul and personality of Gunjan ma'am and Janvi, in terms of having this purity and sincerity and a very positive outlook to life, a sense of optimism, and a sense of really believing that if I work hard and do well, life will be good to me.
So, what was your preparation like, Janvi?
I mean, first of all, I spent a lot of time with Shari because he understood and knew Gunjan ma'am so well, and I think they really connected on a level that, I mean, they just really connected and trusted each other, I think. So understanding from him his vision, spending a lot of time with Gunjan ma'am and her family, getting to know what she was like as a child, her upbringing, her dreams, her outlook. And then like I think the physical aspect of it was more training based. We did march past, we did obstacle course training. Gunjan ma'am helped me get familiar with the interiors of the chopper. I did weight training. So there was a lot of physicality involved, but it was a lovely process.
आपको क्या प्रॉब्लम है मुझसे सर?
And which is your toughest sequence that you shot for the film?
Actually, for me coming into this film, because of the kind of film that I've worked on before as an assistant director, my knowledge and understanding of the action bits was a bit, I was a bit undercooked in that department. So definitely filming the action and the aerial action was quite challenging because of the technicalities involved in attempting a sequence like that. However, having said that, it was also very, very exciting. And luckily, I think I had two very strong people in our team who kind of guided us through that. One is my DOP, Manush Nandan, who's a terrific DOP in general and a terrific human. And he was really guiding us through the process of the full film. And our aerial coordinator, someone called Mark Wolf, who's done a lot of films. He's very senior in the industry. He's done Black Hawk Down and Mission Impossible and Star Wars, and his IMDb list will take you a couple of days to kind of go through. He's that senior. So he was very lucky to have access to somebody that skilled who came in to kind of guide us through that side of the filming process. But actually the real answer, the big challenge always in any film is the writing. And that is something that happens way before getting to shoot. The writing is, and that's kind of what makes me nervous when I think about the future also, because you're always staring at that blank page. And I think that's always the biggest challenge in any film.
The best thing about the film is that it is believable, not in the usual format. That's what I liked about the film. So were you concerned about that to make the film a little realistic?
Yeah, absolutely. Because the film, like I said, was inspired by true story, and it's kind of reflecting or depicting the life of somebody who's already lived this life. It was very, words like authentic was very important for us. That's a word that we kept using within the entire thing. It has to look authentic, it has to feel real. And that was really the tone that we kind of tried to stick to right through the making of the film. So the intention wasn't to go too filmy or too heroic unnecessarily. When the moment naturally allowed ourselves to go there, we took that choice. And otherwise, the idea was to be real, authentic, and kind of allow that to kind of set the foundation of the storytelling and the narrative and the treatment overall.
As a first-time filmmaker, you would have dreamt of seeing your film in a theatre. But today it is releasing in OTT. But how do you see this platform?
So, it's a given fact that when it started off the film, it was meant for a theatrical release. And then something called COVID happened, which has kind of put the whole world on a standstill. So having said that, I think in the world that we're in right now, we are more than excited to be collaborating and partnering with Netflix to kind of use that platform to kind of put out the film in 190 countries, where I think it's a paramount importance that people and families can watch the film in a safe manner, which I think is critical right now and always. And actually, we are very excited. For a filmmaker, there are two big highs. One is the process of making the film, and then one of sharing it with the world. The making has happened. We've already been enriched by that journey, and now we're getting the chance to share the film with everyone. So I'm excited, really looking forward, and fingers crossed for the 12th.
जय हिंद सर.
Thank you guys. It was a pleasure talking to you. Best wishes for the film. And Janvi, we're waiting for your Tamil film.
Even I'm waiting.
Yeah. Thank you. Pleasure talking to you.
See you. Bye.
இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்கள். இதே மாதிரி நிறைய வீடியோஸ் பண்ண தான் போகிறோம். உங்கள் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் ஃபேமிலிக்கு மறக்காமல் ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள். என்ன தோணுதோ கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்கள். 52 லட்சம் பேர் எங்கள் ஃபேமிலிக்கு சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ நீங்களும் மறக்காமல் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்கள்.
விவிடி தமிழர்களின் பாரம்பரியமிக்க விவிடி ஹேர் ஆயில் நேச்சர்ஸ் கிஃப்ட்.
ஹெர்போதயா கபசுர குடிநீர் சூரணம் நோய் தொற்றிலிருந்து விரைவாக குணமடையவும் மற்றும் நோய் எதிர்ப்பு சக்தியை அதிகரிக்கவும்.